The law of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. This doesn't refer strictly to biological sex. Instead, it points to energetic principles present in all things. Masculine energy, active, giving, logical, outward, structured. Feminine energy, receptive, nurturing, intuitive, inward, creative. Both energies exist within every person, regardless of physical gender. The universe, nature, emotions, ideas, all operate through a dance of masculine and feminine forces. How it shows up in life. Creation. Nothing can be created without the union of masculine action and feminine conception energies. Mind and spirit. The conscious mind is often linked to the masculine directive force and the subconscious to the feminine womb of manifestation. Healing and growth. True balance in life comes from integrating both sides, being strong and soft, analytical and emotional. Why it matters spiritually. The law of gender reminds us that balance is divine, extremes lead to suffering. Creativity flows best when both energies work together. Inner union, masculine plus feminine, leads to wholeness, peace, and spiritual awakening. The law of vibration. Everything vibrates. Nothing rests. The Kabbalion. At its core, the law of vibration teaches that everything in the universe is made of energy and is in a constant state of movement. Every object, thought, emotion, and even your body is made up of energy vibrating at different frequencies. Key principles. 1. Everything has a frequency. Whether it's a rock, your voice, a tree, or a thought, all things emit a vibrational signature. Lower vibrations are linked to fear, anger, and sadness. Higher ones are tied to love, peace, and joy. 2. Like attracts like. Vibrations attract similar vibrations. If you're radiating fear, you draw in more fear. If you live in gratitude and joy, you pull more of those into your life. This is where the law of vibration overlaps with the law of attraction. 3. Thoughts and emotions are energy. Every thought or feeling you have sends out a vibration. The more you dwell on a thought, the more powerful its vibration becomes, affecting your mood, your reality, and what you manifest. 4. You can raise your vibration. Through practices like meditation, gratitude, love, forgiveness, music, movement, and presence, you can shift your frequency to a higher, more harmonious state. How it affects you. When your vibration is high, you feel clear, empowered, creative, peaceful, and synchronicities appear more often. When your vibration is low, you may feel stuck, drained, anxious, or disconnected, and life feels heavier. Quiet wisdom. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So to change your outer world, you must tune your inner vibration. It's not about chasing outcomes, it's about aligning with the frequency of what you desire. Law of Polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. The Kabbalion. This law tells us that everything has an opposite, and these opposites are actually two extremes of the same thing. Examples. Hot, cold, both are temperatures. Light, darkness, both are conditions of illumination. Love, hate, both are emotional states. Success, failure, both are outcomes of effort. Each of these exists on a spectrum, and you can shift your experience by moving along that spectrum. Mental application. Understanding the law of polarity helps you shift perspective. If you're feeling fear, you can shift toward courage. It's the same energy, expressed differently. Find balance. Knowing that pain and pleasure, peace and chaos, all exist together reminds you that nothing is permanent. Transmute energy. You can transform negativity by acknowledging its opposite within you. Spiritual insight. This law teaches that duality exists so we can experience contrast and choose consciously. You wouldn't know joy if you didn't experience sorrow. Opposites give life meaning and depth. The law of oneness is also called the law of divine oneness. It teaches that everything in the universe is connected. There is no true separation between you, other people, nature, thoughts, energy, or even seemingly opposite forces. Key concepts of the law of oneness. Everything is energy and everything is connected. Every thought, emotion, action, and object is made of energy that is part of a greater whole. What you do to others, you do to yourself. Since we are all connected, harm or love directed outward affects your own energy too. Separation is an illusion. What seems like distance, between people, things, or experiences, is just a perception. On a higher level, we are all one. Your inner world shapes the outer world. Because of this unity, your internal state, thoughts, beliefs, emotions, has ripple effects on your reality and the collective consciousness. Compassion and empathy are natural results of oneness. When you deeply understand this law, judgment drops and love expands. You see others as parts of yourself. Example in life. When you show kindness to a stranger, that energy circulates and eventually returns, maybe not directly, but through the interconnected web of life. If you hold anger towards someone, that energy can affect your own health and experiences, because you're not separate from them on a deeper level. How to live by the law of oneness. Meditate to experience your connection to everything. Be mindful of your thoughts and words, they influence the collective. Practice unconditional love and acceptance. See beyond surface differences, race, status, beliefs, and focus on the soul level. Law of Mentalism. This means that everything that exists has its origin in consciousness or thought. The universe itself is seen as a mental construct within the infinite mind of the All, a concept similar to the divine, source, or God. Key ideas of the law of mentalism. Consciousness creates reality. Everything begins as a thought. What we experience materially is a projection or manifestation of mental energy. Mind is the first cause. Before anything physical exists, it exists in thought. This is similar to the idea in quantum physics where observation affects the observed. You shape your reality. Since you are a part of the All, your thoughts influence your personal experience of reality. This idea is foundational in many personal development teachings, e.g., Law of Attraction. Unity of all things. If everything exists within the mind of the All, then everything is interconnected and ultimately one. Applications in life. Visualization and manifestation. By focusing your thoughts and emotions, you influence what you attract or create in your life. Mind mastery. Training your mind through meditation, affirmations, and focus is essential for spiritual growth and effectiveness. Responsibility. You are the thinker of your thoughts. Your mental state influences your external conditions. Law of cause and effect. Every cause has an effect, and every effect has a cause. This law is often summarized as, what you sow, you shall reap. Key concepts. 1. Nothing happens by chance. Everything you experience, your relationships, health, emotions, and circumstances, is the result of actions, thoughts, or decisions you've made or that others have made that affect you. 2. Thoughts are causes. Your inner world thoughts, beliefs, intentions plays a powerful role in shaping your external reality. Your mindset becomes a major cause that leads to real-world effects. 3. Energy always returns. The energy you put into the world, whether positive or negative, comes back to you in some form. This is closely related to the idea of karma. 4. Delayed effects. The effect doesn't always come immediately. Just like planting a seed takes time to grow, your actions today may not bear fruit until later. 5. Responsibility. This law encourages personal accountability. You are not a victim of circumstance, you're a co-creator of your reality through the causes you initiate. Everyday examples. Mental cause, constant negative thinking, right pointing arrow effect, increased stress and poor decision making. Spiritual cause, meditating daily, right pointing arrow effect, greater peace and clarity. Physical cause, eating unhealthy food regularly, right pointing arrow effect, poor health over time. Emotional cause, expressing gratitude often, right pointing arrow effect, attracting more joy and abundance. How to apply it. Reflect on areas of your life you're dissatisfied with. What past causes, choices, thoughts, actions may have led there. Be intentional. Before you act or speak, ask yourself, what effect do I want this to create? Set meaningful causes in motion. Align your daily actions with your desired outcomes. Spiritual insight. In many spiritual teachings, this law reminds us that we are powerful creators. The universe mirrors our vibration and actions back to us. Mastery comes when we consciously choose causes that create uplifting, loving, and purposeful effects.